What is the deal? What is happening and what is going on, Raider Nation? You are back for another episode here of the Raider Rundown, man. And we got a very special episode today, man. We got a very another special guest in the building, man. We got another very special guest in the building. Where the fuck, you know what I mean, man. You are regardless of the fact, man. It's gonna be a crazy show today. You already know who's in the building, man. So make sure y'all tapping in with the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're feeling what you're hearing. And without further ado, man, let's go ahead. Let's get the intro started and let's get the show cracked. What is going on, man? What is the deal and what is happening? Like I said, make sure you're hitting the thumbs up button, hitting that like button for your boy. And also for the very special guest we have in the building today, man. As you can see, got my dog in the building, the Severe Raider, man. What's happening with you, man?
What's good, man. I think this is my first time on the Raider Rundown, man. I've been on the Turf and Rundown show. I think this is my first time on your solo show, man. So what's good? If you lose some subscribers after today, bro, I apologize, bro. I apologize in advance, man.
My people know what it is when they come around here, man. Hey, everybody, welcome to their own opinions when they come around here. I can't believe it's your first time on the show, bro. I thought I had you on the show before. I swear I had you on the show before.
Nah, I've been on the Turf and Rundown show for sure.
Oh,
this thing is my
then
first time
we gonna shut it down today.
Yeah,
then we gonna shut it the fuck down today, bro. Hey, then you already know. Hey, no filter. We keep it 100. All right, all X-rated, as you want to say. You feel what I'm saying? But before we get into any of that, man, you know I like to get my segments in, man, and I like to bring up my first more important segment of the show, man. You already know what it is. We call it. Man, call it roll call, man. That's when we go ahead and shout out all the fam that's in the chat, man. Most of the people, man, you already know, man. We go ahead, watch around our network. You know how they be, man. They watching me, you, Pharaoh, Chris, Leo, however it go, bro. But we got our guys, man. Dominique 5 in the building, man. What's the deal? What's going on with you, man? Salute to Dominique, man. Salute to Sacktown Raider Mike in the building as well, man. What's going on, big dog? How you feeling? Silver Smoke, man. What's going on, man? What's the deal? Just another DJ. What's the deal, bro? Always supporting. Big salute to you, man. Big shout out. What's going on, man? Wild Turkey in the building. What's going on, man? Glad you could catch the show, man. What's the deal, Yoshi? First time I'm seeing you here, man. But salute, man. Shout out to you. Glad you in the building, man. Hit that thumbs up, man. Hopefully you stay for a long time and not just a good time, man. What's the deal? Gerard Pope, man. Salute to respected content providers. As you already know, man. Salute to my guy. And of course, man, Bloody Raider in the building, man. Always showing support and love, man. Salute to my guy as well, man. Everybody hit them thumbs up. You know how I go, not only on this channel, but hit the thumbs up on my guy, the Severe Raider channel as well, man. Go over to his show. I'll go over to his channel, show some love, man. But let's go ahead. Let's start it off, man. Let's talk some ball, bro. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. So PG came back. You feel what I'm saying? We got the news yesterday. PG's retained. And then we could kind of even talk about it too. Robbie Leonard's back as well. Yes. You know what I mean? So that is two dominoes that done failed today, or 24 hours, however you want to say it. Where I think it is two big ass dominoes that done fail. Yes. And before I even let you go, just a minute ago, we got some more breaking news. The Raiders have now hired former Seahawks linebacker John Glenn as their new linebackers coach, per Tom Pelissero. So that is breaking news. So we got three things to talk about. So how you feel about all of the moves right there?
Yeah, man. John Glenn, I'm unfamiliar with John Glenn, so I'm have to look into him. But just in terms of PG and Robbie Leonard, man, I think that is huge. I think everybody knows how I felt about the Pete Carroll hire. Not in the short-term view, but in terms of like the long-term ramifications, what that will mean for this team, in 3 years, like we didn't even have enough confidence to guarantee him a fourth year, right? The fourth year is a team option. Like if you start to look, geriatric, if you got some Alzheimer's, early onset Alzheimer's, bro, we couldn't accord, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, so
Oh,
that's
really?
why the 4th year is a team option. It's our control. But this move, why I like this move is for it's for the future, right? For the time being, because we know we're gonna get into it later, how this could potentially impact free agency, how this could
Right.
potentially impact Max, but also, when Pete Carroll, when he took over I forgot who he took over for in Seattle. Was it Mike Holmgren?
Yeah, I
I
don't
think it
even
might have
know.
been Mike.
I don't even remember who the coach was. I might
I
not
wanna
have been paying attention back then.
I want to say it was Holmgren. I'm not 100% sure, but when he took over for the Seahawks at that time, right? He inherited the defensive coordinator, Gus Bradley, and who
Right.
also he inherited was defensive line coach Dan Quinn. So when he's coming
Mm,
over to the Raiders right now, and of all the people he's had on staff, right, that were at the coordinator level, those are the only two that have went on to be successful head coaches. Where
right.
his former defensive coordinator and the former defensive line coach, who was elevated to defensive coordinator after Gus Bradley took the job with the Jaguars. What is he in right now? A very similar situation where, hey, he's basically inheriting Patrick Graham, defensive coordinator, and potentially and basically inheriting Robert Leonard, defensive line coach. So it could be a same
Right.
situation where, you know what, if he steps away, the only two coordinators that he had to went on to be successful coaches was his inherited defensive coordinator, inherited defensive line coach. It could be a similar situation here, and that's why I think that's a big reason why, Patrick Graham probably came back, is that, hey, he's seen the writing on the wall that this is going to be probably the smoothest transition to either him getting a head coaching job somewhere else or potentially be the guy next in line here. So I think it's a big move, not only for the here and now, but potentially down the line as well.
100%, bro. Like everything you said, spot on, bro. Like, and this is kind of why a little bit I feel like I was fine with the Pete Carroll hire, because I feel like he could fill out the right staff, and I do feel like there was a chance that PG could have came back. And with this, I'll ask you this, and then I'll add on. But do you feel like this? Does it make you feel a little bit better about the Pete Carroll hire, that he was able to bring Patrick Graham? Because by all means, bro, Patrick Graham could have left. I mean, like, we call it simple and plain, bro. He definitely probably could have left. I mean, I'm not a head coach, but a DC job, 100%. I feel like he could have went somewhere else. So, I mean, does it make you feel better about the hire that he was able to sell the vision and bring Patrick Graham back?
Yeah, definitely feel better because like I said, I think that this could potentially set up a succession plan, and it's not going to be somebody, not looking for somebody outside the organization, right? Somebody that's already been in the organization, already familiar with the organization, and that that makes that transition that much smoother. And I think that's part of the reason why Patrick Graham decided to come back, right? I'm pretty sure if he wanted that Jaguars defensive coordinator job that he interviewed for as well, he interviewed twice for the head coaching job. So I'm sure they would have had no issue him being a defensive coordinator there. But
100%.
Which coach offers the path to least resistance, right? If Liam Cohen, if he does well there, he's entrenched there as a head coach. You're not getting a head coaching job there, maybe potentially somewhere else. But if you do well here, that opens up two avenues for you. Potentially a job with another team, or when Pete Carroll decides to step away, potentially the job here.
Yep. And to finish kind of the point, piggyback off of what I was saying before I asked the question. And the reason why I asked you this question is because this is kind of why I wanted Pete Carroll too. Not only did I feel like he was going to build a staff, but the recruiting phase of it, right? Like I feel like he ain't lost that. I ain't going to lie to you. Like I feel like that right there is something that you either kind of have or you kind of don't have. And I feel like him as a person, he'll be able to sell certain things that probably another coach wouldn't be able to sell. Like, mark my word, I definitely feel like he'll be able to attract a free agent up in here that we probably shouldn't be able to get. But I think he'll be able to do it and probably be like, hey, man, you want to come over here, flip it over here? Because I feel like he's got that type of recruiting prowess. So, like, for me, I'm like, I think he's in there bitch selling. I really do. Now, of course, he might believe what he's saying, but I think he's in that bitch really selling that shit. Like, we about to come in here and try to really change this shit off. But, I mean, it could work. It couldn't work. But I definitely think this is the right step if you want to talk about that.
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think there's definitely a huge step in the right direction, especially considering that, even though he's considered a defensive-minded head coach or defensive-minded coach, he hasn't called defense, right? He doesn't call
Right.
defense, though. That's so basically he's basically an Antonio Pierce, just with a lot more, talent and experience, right? He's that same kind of guy. I'm not calling my
100%.
expertise is on the defensive side of the ball, but you running that side of the ball. I don't have a lot of expertise on offense, but I can contribute a little bit. But my offensive coordinator, you handle on that side of the ball. I'm putting all the ingredients together. I'm making it mix. I'm making the jive. I set the expectations. I set the tone. So I think that, having a guy that's already been a defensive coordinator, especially being a defensive coordinator on this team with these players, I think that was a huge get.
Yeah, 100%. So appreciate Sean Johnson for laying it out for us right there, man. He says, along with Patrick Graham, we retain Rob Leonard, as we can see right here, and we're gonna talk about that right now, which I think is another huge get. And why when we start talking about the free agent portion, why we think these two, signings right here help a lot. But we're looking at, Ricky Manning, he stays. They say they're gonna keep the cornerback. I'm not mad at keeping Ricky Manning. I mean, I want to get your thoughts on that, but what about you?
Nah, man. Ricky, first of all, Ricky Manning is a UCLA guy, so I'm
bias already on there.
I'm all good. I'm all good with him staying, but we saw the progress. Even though we saw some regression in Jacorian, we saw. In Jack Jones, we saw great progression out of Jacorian, right? And then DCam, he had his struggles. But I think we saw, until that Chargers game, we saw some solid play out of DCam in spots. The Chargers game was that was horrible.
That shit right there, bro.
You
gotta burn that tape, dog. Like he's got to burn that tape. Wherever it is in the archives, bro, we can't see that shit again. But I'll say this too, not even them, but the safety play, right? Like I feel like the safeties got better as well as the season progressed. Merrick, we'll talk about him a little later, but not even him, Palomar, right? Like Palomar able to come in for Marcus Epps. And shit, I was talking about Palomar the whole goddamn offseason, so I'm happy he was able to do that. But I think, definitely keeping him is good. I saw people tripping about the special teams coordinator being kept. I don't understand why people were tripping about that. Like, regardless of Daniel Carlson, like, I don't think the special teams is that bad, honestly.
Yeah, Darren Carlson had one bad game, right?
One bad game, pretty much.
So,
pretty much. This season wasn't his best season, but out of that, bro, it's like ever since he been here, you feel what I'm saying? AJ Cole, top 3 punter in the league. You feel what I'm saying? Our punting unit is damn near top punting unit every year. Kickoffs not too shabby. Just Daniel Carlson just got to tighten it up, and we're straight. I think other than that, bro, we not really too. Ooh, Dominique brings up a point, and we can talk about this a little later. But DCam is the perfect length that Pete Corner does like for his corners, right? Like he's a perfect length. So we can touch on this a little bit. I don't have that much confidence, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I mean, from what I saw last year, like some people were betting hard for Jacorian and looking back, okay, I can see what y'all saw, right? Okay, there's a little bit there. But I'm not, bro, DCam is stiff, dog. Like it's like, I don't know how you can get that stiffness out of the hips like that. I just don't know. I mean, how do you feel?
Yeah, man, but he's a bigger corner. So, usually corners that size with that height, they don't got the most fluid hips. You get a guy with that height that has fluid hips, like that's Jalen Ramsey, right? That's special. That's special. So, like that's rarity. But just in terms of like his height, I mean, sure, like that Pete, all his previous corners have been pretty tall, but that's by virtue of him, those guys being cover 3 corners, right? So those are like turn and run corners, like, not really, playing in phase a lot, not really like, matching man to man. They're cover 3. So you want those guys that can turn and run and have the length to, to contest. But Patrick Graham doesn't really run that defense. Like all defense have some cover 3 in there, some cover 2 in there, but like whatever guys fit last year, those same guys gonna fit this year because, like I said, Pete Carroll's not a guy that's influencing the defense. He's just making sure the trains are on schedule, making sure the plan is correct and making sure the vision is good. Like that's his job. He ain't gonna meddle on that side of the ball too much. That's why we brought Patrick Graham back. Patrick Graham's gonna come back. He's coming back with his scheme. So whatever scheme we ran last year, it's gonna be the same scheme.
So I'm not. That's why all the points you detailing, bro. Like I'm not confident that he can. Just from what I've seen, right? Like from what we've seen, it's like you said, the special ones at that length that can move their hips that fluid. Those are the motherfuckers you're looking at, like Patrick Surtain and like you know what I mean, motherfucking Jalen Ramsey. And you're like, oh yeah, these dudes are elite. But when you don't have that fluidity in your hips, and it's very hard for you to do these certain things, bro, you're always gonna be at a disadvantage against a certain type of receiver, right? Like whatever type of receiver that can move quick, you feel what I'm saying? It's twitchy like a motherfucker. You are going to struggle. So how high is that ceiling for a person like that? That would be my question. And so that's why everybody keep talking about Will Johnson at 6. And I understand that. Like it's like I definitely understand that. That motherfucker. Now that right there is what we talking about with the length and the height and being able to fucking move like that. That's what the difference is right there.
Yep, and the fluidity too. Yep. Fact.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. That's the package right there. So I mean, we're gonna get into the needs because we about to get into all that nitty-gritty shit in a minute. About all the needs and what we're gonna do with the free agency. But I do kind of want to touch on the new addition with the linebacker coach because we do have that news coming in. Because just like you, I really don't know nothing about Buddy, so we can kind of go through his little background, his history, see what it is. Let me see. So John Glenn, I'm looking at Pro Football History. He done been in the league 13 years. Damn. His record's not bad. Like his overall coaching record, I don't know. The overall coaching record isn't terrible. 63% win percentage. It ain't terrible. But he's been with the Seahawks damn near his whole career until last year. Mm-hmm. And then he was with the Commanders last year. So so he's been with the Seahawks since 2012. And then just jumped to the Commanders after that. So seen some success. I ain't gonna lie. I've seen a lot of success. Under Pete Carroll as well. He done won championships. He done won, conference championships. So not bad at it. I mean, shit, he's accredited.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on when he took over when he took over coaching linebackers, because linebacker was a pretty strong unit. With the Seahawks, obviously
2018 to 2023. Oh wait, no, 2017 to 2023.
Okay. So so he was there. So he was there for he was over there with those guys with the guys. Mm-hmm. Like I will say, the linebacker play and with Washington wasn't the best, but
no, hell no.
That could be virtue of the talent. He didn't have as much to work with over.
But he was the assistant special teams coach with the Commanders, though. That's what he was.
Oh, that's what he was over there. Okay, because he started off as a special teams assistant with us, or not with us, with Pete Carroll with the Seahawks, and he was eventually promoted to like I think defensive quality control coach or something like that.
Yep. In 2014 and all that when after they won the chip.
And then so I mean, he's seen good linebacker play. He's over there with Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright. He's seen some very good linebacker play. Pete Carroll, he consistently churned out good linebackers at SC, whereas Ray Maluga, Brian Cushing, like he always had some line. I forgot the other guy, Keith. Was it Keith Rivers? Something Rivers. He pretty much always had some pretty good linebackers when he was at SC. So. He's a guy. I mean, Pete knows linebacker. So if he's trusting this guy to be the linebackers coach, I'm a trust his judgment in this situation. My man has a strong ass chin. So whatever
the neck and the chin combo let me know, bro. Hey, look, the neck and the chin combo let me know. He might know what the fuck he talking about.
Exactly.
All them linebacker motherfuckers always got that same little Clark Kent chin. It's all the same shit.
Yeah. He for sure got that strong ass. Yeah, he for sure got that strong chin, man. He got that American Dad chin going for him, man. So Smith. You know,
Hey, my man Rebel. See, look, this I like, right? Because he says I want to see what he can do with Amari Gaynor. We still got Amari Gaynor under contract. I'd like to see what he can do with that. But I'll be honest with you, after what you said, Severe, after Pete Carroll's history too, if they bring back Diablo, then I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. I'm gonna be honest with you.
yeah.
I don't know what I've seen, bro. My evaluations are wrong if they bring him back. I swear, bro. They're wrong.
Man, I don't think he's coming back, man. Just off injuries alone. Just off injuries alone. I don't know if he's coming back. So
not physical enough for this.
I think it's time for Bernie to step up. I would like to see Gaynor get some run. Time for Eichenberg to take his ass home.
Who knows, man? He might get old Pete with the effort, man. You know how they do, man. He might get Pete with that that try hard.
Yeah, man. Like Luke Masterson and Tommy Eichenberg, they rock. Spillane need to come back. You know, Spillane, I think that's one of our, we will get into it, but Spillane's gonna be an important addition to that room. I think he's a guy that if we get Spillane with Amari, with Spillane with both the Amaris, they need to just be hanging out all off season, kicking it. Hey, what do you do? You know, what do you do?
There you go. There you go. And there's not even even in the draft, there's some guys in the draft that's not bad. Even in the Senior Bowl, I was peeping some dudes that, I was like, okay, they got some dudes, you feel what I'm saying? Where it's like, you take them maybe in the 4th, 5th round or something like that. You might fuck around because you don't got to take a linebacker that high. Sometimes they work out differently. But let's go ahead. Let's probably get into the free agents, man. Let's see what the free agents talking about, bro, because that's really where the bulk of this now, where it's starting to be. And I'm finally happy that we're getting this coaching staff figured out and together, bro, because now we can kind of see where the team was kind of going to take shape. Let's see. Let me look. Free agents. 2024. All right. I felt how many we had? We got over 20 or something like that. We got like over 20 something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, before Patrick Graham was signed, I was like, we probably gonna lose a grip. I ain't gonna care. Like we're probably gonna you can pretty much pencil it out. It's gonna be a new ass defense up in here.
Yeah.
But the fact that they brought something back, this is where I'm happy with. Now, where you want to start? You want to start offense? You want to start defense?
We can start offense. I mean, we start defense, man. So since we're bringing back PG, I think it's good to get started on that side.
All right, let's start with the defense. So looking at the defense, bro, we'll break them up. The unrestricted free agents, right? Which is, for anybody that don't know what unrestricted is, any player with 4 or more accrued seasons in an experienced contract. They are free to negotiate with any team, meaning they can do whatever the hell they want. So on the defensive side, you got Adam Butler, Kayvon Chason, Divine Diablo, Marcus Epps, Nate Hobbs, Darnay Holmes, John Jenkins, Malcolm Kuntz, Trayvon Merrick, Janaris Robinson, and Robert Spillane. So focusing on these guys, because these are the guys you got to lock up first, because they can go and do whatever the hell they want to do. Where does your focus lie first? Like, where does your attention go first? Putting our GM hat on.
I think Spillane off top. Spillane is important not only for his impact on the field, but his impact as a leader in the locker room. So I think that's very important. We lock him up too. Adam Butler, man. Adam Butler was probably my favorite player on the team on defense last year, to be honest with you. Doing all the dirty work. I know we was rooting for you for Tyree to get them sacks. Like half of them sacks Tyree got came off, defensive line games, or stunts, where Adam Butler was the pick man, where Adam Butler taking out 2 guys, Tyree looping around, basically untouched to the quarterback. So, he was creating opportunities. He got Laulu a sack like that. He got somebody else a sack like that as well. So, just the dirty work he was able to do. And then just, what he was able to do individually, consistently being able to beat his man. I think he's an important guy to bring back. And of course, Kuntz and Chason. I think you gotta bring those guys back, man. You gotta bring those guys back. I know people worried about Kuntz and an injury, but what we saw the back half of that season, that was special. That was special. And then if you and now you throw in what Chason was able to do this year, that that he was very productive as well. You got Chason, you got Kuntz on the outside with Max. I think that's a very, very good rotation of pass rushers right there. And if you want to add a young guy, hey, let's say a team mess around and Abdul Carter fall to you, or
don't say that.
I know you was looking at. I know you was looking at my guy, right? You just looking at my guy from UCLA. He's a guy he's a developmental guy, right? He only played edge, part of the season this past season. He was a stand-up linebacker, Femi Oladejo. He's a guy that he has the tools there, but he needs the tutelage. And so you got a guy like Max there. Even Chason got a cool little swipe, move, the hand swipe. He got some moves. He can maybe impart that knowledge. I think whatever we can do to limit Tyree Wilson being on the field, I think we got to do that. We got to do that.
Which honestly, bro, I think being honest with you, it's over. It's over. I think you're gonna play out the contract because you have to. Right, or if somebody's stupid enough to give you some trade capital, you do that. But other than that, bro, it's over. Like, this is the last year. He's probably up in here, whatever how many years his contract is. I don't think Pete Carroll keeps him. I don't know if PG keeps him at this point. I mean, we'll see. But a coaching change and this motherfucker ain't really doing nothing. I don't know, bro. I don't see it from there. But for me, I mean, if I'm putting my GM hat on too, I agree with a lot of that. Adam Butler, definitely bring him back, of course. I think I've been saying it, since the season, Spillane should be the first one to get the contract. I'm not going to lie. I mean, just based on, like, Spillane first, him, Merrick, then Butler. Like, I think them three should be the first three to get their contracts because, I mean, shit, they was grinding, battling. You feel what I'm saying? When the shit was bleak, bro. Like, I mean, I just go back to when we thought Spillane was going to be out with an injury, and it didn't look bad. I think he was holding like his collarbone or something during the season. I forgot what game it was. And he came back in, and he finished the fucking season too. And I was like, all right, bro, like that is what you want from like a leader. You feel what I'm saying? Leader standpoint. So definitely bring them back. It's crazy how I done flipped on Merrick because I was so disappointed in him at this point in this juncture of the season last year, bro.
Bro,
it was filthy. I was like, if this would have came up last year, I would have been like, oh no, get rid of him, let him go.
Nah, bro. After last year, like down the stretch, I started to be like, all right, I will rock with Merrick. But after what was it, week 2 after that Bills game last year? Oh, bro, I was ready to cut him right there. I was like, bro, get this dude out the building. He 100% walk home, and when he gets here, cut him. Like that's how
100%
last year. So.
100%.
I'm complete 180 on Merrick. Hopefully, and and it's always a worry with me with guys that ball out in contract years. And the fact that he did it down the stretch last year too, it puts me a little bit more at ease. But guys that have like they best season in the contract year, it's kind of like nigga, was you doing this for the bread? And now as soon as you get paid, you gonna go back to where you was at. No, that's always worry about that. But
that is some of that shit.
I think he's a young guy, and the fact that he was still doing the dirty work last year too. Playing in the box, blitzing, being a force in a run game, in a screen game. I think the fact he was doing all that and had a willingness to do that with PG coming back. I think that bodes well for us. So I wouldn't mind giving him. Now if the contract get too crazy, you can kick her out.
Yeah, bro. Like we're not talking about no top 5 safety money now. We're not gonna do all that. All right, like we're not gonna do all that. But all right, man. Okay, top 10, maybe we can explore that. But I think where I kind of have my mind at ease too is that like it was a totally different role that he was playing towards this end of the season. Like, and I never would have thought in a million years, like you put Trayvon Merrick in the box, you feel what I'm saying? Play him close to the line of scrimmage and he'd be way better. I didn't think that. You know what I mean? But it's like now that you look back at it, it does kind of seem like, all right, damn, you put him in the center field where we were supposed to, project him to be. It's like fitting a square peg into a round hole. The shit it just don't fit back there. But as soon as he got towards the line of scrimmage, he had more physicality than I thought. He started taking on more blockers. He took on the run. He set edges, and I was like, okay, he covered linebacker. And I feel like even closer, he was covering these tight ends, and he was kind of covering some of these slot guys a little better, right, than he would. Because I feel like when he was in space, it wasn't really good for him. When he kind of got in space, he kind of struggled. But when he got kind of closer, kind of got him in that phone booth, I think that's when it bode well for him. So honestly, I think if you wanted to bring him back, like you said, it can't be nothing crazy now. And we're gonna talk about another dude right now that I think I'd bring him back, but I ain't gonna shed no tears if he leave. Yeah. But it can't be nothing crazy, right? Now, Kuntz is another one. Kuntz is where I some people get mad at me, bro, and I ain't gonna lie. Some people be angry, but it is what it is, bro. I be weary of Kuntz, man. So, like, I like Kuntz, I do, but I'm not giving him like crazy ass bread. That's just me.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd have to give him like a 2-3 year deal, some shit like that.
I can see
and
that.
rock like that. Because because it's a new regime. You feel me? So it's like I don't really know what I'm like. I've seen one season of him doing what he did, and then I didn't get to see this next season. So I like as a new regime, I wouldn't know what I was getting. Just like coming in it from Spytek's point of view. Like that's kind of a roll of the dice. You know what I mean? So I mean, I know you like him, but how do you feel about that? You think they'll offer him? You think they're gonna want him back? I think they probably will, but
oh yeah, they definitely gonna want him back. But you know, it got to make sense. It got to make sense for him, and it got to make sense for us, because this is not a super deep free agency class in terms of pass rushers. But so you know, it may be a team out there to look at what he did that on the back half of the other season and say, you know what, we got enough money, we willing to give him some bread to come on over here and do what he does. So, you know, like the Raiders may have to overpay a little bit. Now, you still ain't talking no crazy money, but it may have to be like more than what you would normally pay for a guy coming off a season where he missed a year. Well, you're like, okay, damn, you know, usually you try to lowball those guys and be like, hey, bro, you better come back over here. Like this edge class ain't that strong. It ain't that strong like that. So it might be if teams are desperate for some pass rushers, and pass rushers is always a premium in this league, they might be able to, throw them a little chunk of change. And so the fact that we got Chason, you know, here, that maybe they like what they saw at Chason. Chason's still young. I think they about the same age. He was productive too. Maybe they like, look, if we get Chason another year in his system, he former first round pick too. He can do it.
Man,
maybe they feel that.
Hey, what we saw last year, bro. That too. That's why I'm like that. What we saw last year, what I don't think wasn't just no spur whatever shit. Like that talent's there with Chase on. Like we know that talent is there. So it's like I definitely would love to keep him. This comment right here is asinine. I'm sorry, BZ. No. He's not in that same stratosphere. I'm sorry. He's not. No, he's not, bro.
No, Minka one of those dudes, bro. Minka one of those dudes.
If you were to tell me right now that we can trade Trayvon Merrick for Minka Fitzpatrick, I'd drive Trayvon to Pittsburgh myself. I'm not even gonna front with you, dog. I'd drive him to Pittsburgh myself if that's what we could do. Now, just another DJ says this, though. All right. Now, this is an interesting point that I kind of do agree, and this is why I've kind of been on that Javon Holland train. Do you think they kind of play similar styles as far as Isaiah Palomal and Merrick? Are we going to have to make a choice coming into here, like about like what we want to do stylistically?
So when Merrick was at TCU, he was a guy that was they played too deep, they played too high, right? But a lot of times they would drop him down and he would play in the slot. He would cover guys in the slot. So he was used to coming down. He used to playing all over the place. So he's supposed to be like a post safety. That's what he's supposed to be. Now, I think just by virtue of what we needed last year, they had him playing in the box. I think he can play in space. Is that his best? No, he's not at his mean. I think he proved last year that he's at his best when you're able to move him around. Now Javon Holland was a guy when Javon Holland came out, right? I think I had Merrick as my third safety that year. My number one safety was Richie Grant, who hasn't worked out in the league, to be honest with you.
Right. Where'd he go? Atlanta?
I think he went to Atlanta. Yeah. So
I remember Richie.
I like Richie Grant a lot, but he was also a little bit older too. So he was. Javon Holland was number 2, and then it was Trevon Merrick. So I had Javon, and I think Javon Holland, through the early part of their career, Javon Holland has been a better player. like if you want to go after Javon Holland now, that's also gonna cost you a little bit more money though.
That's gonna cost some change, bro. It's gonna cost some change.
It'll cost you some more
It's
money.
gonna cost some change. Now, what you can do, and I know people may not like this, but this is a likely combination as well. If you do lose Merrick, and based off what we're saying, I do like Isaiah Palamau. I feel like he has the ability to be a really good safety, and he has that. To me, just watching him play over the course of just his career, he has the ability and the knack to just find the football, right? Like, and some people, like, when you say that shit don't make sense. But honestly, bro, like, that shit is real. When you talk about, like, just some players, bro, just be the ball finds these motherfuckers. I just don't know how it is, bro. It just happens. Like, when I've watched him these last 2 years, bro, like, the ball finds him, whether it be a fumble, whether it be he caused the fumble, whether it's he's just in the right place to tip a ball and it's an interception or something like that. So I feel like that's kind of what will set him apart for me, for Mary, right? And then you can be like, all right, I'm going to bank on the fact that Isaiah Palamau would be that and spend that extra chunk of change, because I don't think Isaiah Palamau costs as much as Mary. So then you do that, spend that extra chunk of change on a guy like Javon Holland, and then boom, we rock like there, where now you got an actual safety, and then you got an actual guy that can play the box. But I mean, that would be the other, that's kind of the other flip. I mean, it depends how people really feel about Merrick. Do you think he can ascend and be like a perennial Pro Bowl, all-star type of player? Like, I mean, that would be the feeling at that point.
Yeah. I mean, like, remember that year everybody wanted us to take him in round 1. Like, people thought he was round 1 worthy pick, and he lasted into the second round. We traded up. I think we traded up with the Cowboys to take him. So, like, people felt he was that kind of. People felt he was that kind of game changer, right? He is taking up some time to get there. And part of that has to do with him. His first year he came in under Gus Bradley, and he was trying to learn that cover 3 defense, which is something like he wasn't used to playing. But now, after spending a few years under PG, like he's starting to come into his own a little bit. So, and maybe that ascension continues, right? Well, we've seen, like, since PG got here, he's improved a little bit every year. So, maybe he continues to improve and takes that next step next year. But the fact that we have a guy in house in Patrick Graham who knows, intimately, like, the kind of player Trevon is, it's not a guessing game, right? You ain't gonna fool Patrick Graham. I know you. I know what you're good at. I know what you do in these meetings. I know what you do in these film sessions. I know you. So if it's a situation where the Raiders decide to move on, we can have the utmost confidence that they feel good about that decision, because we have the people in place with the knowledge to make that decision.
Yeah. And 100%, y'all, like, understand what we're talking about right here is like a soft conversation of what they're having in the building. They got to talk about every possible scenario when it comes to these dudes, bro. Like, they have to, or they're doing their jobs a disservice. Feel what I'm saying? So, and this is where the conversation starts turning murky, right? When you start talking about dudes like Nate Hobbs, right? Now, when we go to this, right, he's not, he is. He's an unrestricted free agent. He gets to speak to whoever he wants, right? Now, I'm going to just lay it all out on the line, bro. I've been saying this since the season 2. I bring him back, but only at a fraction of the cost. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if a game costs, if I'm paying a player $1 million per game, let's just say, for example, so basically you're going to get $17 million, right, for a whole season. I'm only giving Nate Hobbs 13. Because I'm guaranteed to not get my 4 back at the end of the year, dog. I know what time it is. Bro, that shit is disappointing. And I can't pay you top corner money, especially corner money, slot corner money for you missing 4 games, dog. So, I mean, how do you feel about?
And I want Nate Hobbs back, right? First of all, it's rare that you get slot corners that are his size, that are willing to do the things he's willing to do, right? Like, crash down on tackles and be physical in the run game and do all that stuff, right? Especially at that size. So I think that's a valuable asset. And when he's on the field, he makes plays, but the fact that he has those injury concerns, that is a huge concern. And then also with Nate, right, is that with his athleticism, there may be a team out there that says, you know what, we want to take you from slot to outside. And let you play outside, right? Look, but people if people poo-poo that idea, but that first year he did it. I think it was his second year under Josh. I think it was the second year under Josh, but his
and it didn't look outside. All that. What was the issue there? Because I remember it wasn't all that great.
Well, through the first. So first of all, he got hurt, like always. He got hurt.
Right. Okay.
But through like the first, I forgot how many games he was healthy. I want to say maybe the first 4 games of the year or something like that. I think now you always got to take this with a grain of salt because of who it's coming from. But I think PFF had him graded as like top 3 guy in coverage. Before prior to getting hurt, and when he came back, it was the same guy. And that could have been
story of the career, bro.
Yeah, it could have been because due to injury or what have you. But before he got hurt, he was locking shit up. Locking shit up. And I was like, damn, like I didn't know Nate could play on the outside like that. Because that's what he played when he at Illinois, he played outside. And who was Illinois' head coach? Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith knows defense. Lovie Smith knows defense. And he had Nate playing outside. So so he had to Nate was making a transition from outside to inside, having learned that position in the league. So he's done it before under a pro style defense with a professional defensive head coach, a coach that took a team to the Super Bowl previously. So he knows defense. So there may be a team out there saying, look, bro, this guy is a 4'3" guy, 40-inch vertical, physical. You see the guy obviously has a great work ethic, stays in the film room, like takes care of his body. Hey, you want to get this guy a chance on the outside, and that may be enticing to Nate, saying because outside corners,
there's more money.
The bread is
it's more money.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so you're gonna pay me outside, so off top, I'm getting more money, and then I have opportunity to earn even more money going forward because I play outside now. So, if the Raiders ain't willing, not necessarily if we try to lowball them, thinking, you gonna come back, but like we may be left holding the bag, and then you stuck with a motherfucker like D-Cam or somebody playing this like some nasty shit. You don't want that,
Oh man, hey, we're cooked already for it. We even take the fucking field if that's the fucking case, bro. But I look, I agree to the sentiment of like there is gonna be a team that's gonna be out there. Like there was already like the team like the 49ers who was willing to trade for him. They was willing to trade like a 3rd round pick for him. So there's gonna be a team that's willing to give him bread. And to do the outside corner shit, you have to, because that's way more money than just doing a slot corner. But still, for the Raiders, though, like I think I would love to bring him back. But at the same time, bro, like it has to make sense, right? Because the thing that we always say each year is like, damn, bro, he be strapping shit up till the motherfucker got hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, till he got hurt. And the thing is, bro, with the corner position, you cannot miss like 3-4 games, bro, and just come back at the same type of level you were before you missed them games. Like, exactly. People don't understand that, bro. It's like, and it has nothing to do with talent, right? Like, Nate Hobbs is ultra talented. It's the simple fact of the position you're fucking playing, bro. Like, the speed of it, the quickness of it. You can't fucking simulate that sitting on your couch, dog. There's no way I can sit on my couch for 3 weeks and then I got to fucking guard Justin Jefferson the next week. How? Yeah. It's like the shit can't happen. If you play running back, that's different. You feel what I'm saying? Just toss me the shit. Let's go. I run the ball. There we go. But it's a whole nuance. And he plays slot. So that's a whole nother thing. So this motherfucker has to go against probably the shiftiest guy on the field, right? When you talking about when they getting into their rear personnel. So for me, bro, I wish he could stay healthy. It's not like nothing he can probably avoid. I mean, it's just his body. But I think the health and just that is going to be a factor that they're going to talk about heavily throughout this whole free agent process with him.
Yeah, it's going to be a concern wherever he goes, right? It's going to be a concern wherever he goes. But I will say this. That looking at, because of what we just talked about, a lot of those injuries is because he plays in a slot and he's playing so because when you're a slot, you basically you playing three positions. You playing safety, you're playing corner, and you're playing linebacker. You all rolled into one. And the physicality that he brings to that position is part of the reason why he's hurt so often, because he's always around the ball. He's willing to get his nose dirty in the run game. Like, he's willing to do all that stuff. So that's part. So if a team says, no way, hey, we move him to the outside, he may not have those same kind of concerns. He's not going to see as much contact because like he's not playing in the slot. He ain't having no guards pulling and getting their hands on them or no crazy stuff like that. So they may see that value there and say, you know what, hey, we're willing to give them a little bit more, test them out on the outside.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I can see it. I could definitely see that. Now this corner class, because if we lose the Hobbs, right now, you take it out. We lose Hobbs. Now you just got Jacorian, D-Cam. You got Jack Jones and Sam Webb and some other shit. Like, that's it. So corner is going to be a need. It looked like, you know what I mean? Like, that's that. If you lose Hobbs, you're going to have to go out and get some type of corner. Now, who's going to play the slot? Who knows? I don't know who plays the slot out of Jack Jones. And because even if you get Will Johnson, right? Like, Will Johnson don't play no goddamn slot. That man's an outside corner.
Jack Jones. Jack Jones, you getting your ass slot.
By default, bro. Like, that's it. But the thing is, I don't want my riskiest fucking corner playing slot, dog. I really don't.
Yeah, true.
This motherfucker, to gamble in the slot, bro, is a death sentence. I don't give a fuck who you are, bro. You can't fuck around and guess in the slot, bro. You got to be all 10. So that would scare the shit out of me if he is the slot corner. So we gonna have a problem if we don't re-sign him, but at the same time, it does have to make sense going forward because we do have other holes to plug, right? Exactly. I feel like we got other holes to plug. Now, looking at this, I know some guys already on my shit list, right? They didn't already. I ain't got it with me, but the pink slip, you feel what I'm saying? The pink slip is out already, but it's already been on the locker. I think everybody know how I feel about Divine Diablo if you done been on this motherfucker for a minute. All right. So everybody knows. All right. So I mean, how do you feel about that? You keeping him? You think he's gone as well?
He's hurt too much, and he's similar to Nate Hobbs, where like whenever he comes back, his play wanes. Like when Diablo is on, Diablo is in terms of pure talent, he's the most talented linebacker on our roster in terms of just pure talent.
Yeah. Oh, but I agree.
He's always hurt, and then when he comes back, he's skittish and he's not physical. Now, what they did though, what they start doing to him down the stretch, and shout out to my guy Real talking here. What they start doing low key, when we were running this like this 5-2, they were having him play some edge, and they were having him, and he was actually pretty cool. It was actually pretty cool, and like a almost like a 3-4 type alignment with it would be Snowden on one side and him on the other side. He was actually pretty solid at that. But getting
that 2-point stance, let him just getting that runner stance.
Exactly. Okay, like I said, like he hurt too much from my liking. We got young guys. Yeah. Let either one of the Amaris, let either one of those dudes step up and start getting some more run. As long as if we let him go and we start playing Tom Yagenberg, I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off. I'm just letting you know. This dude is trash. Like this dude
look. We'll see. Special teams guru. That's all I gotta say about Tommy Eichenberg. Special teams guru. But
man.
Really though,
I was going to field the special Tommy Eichenberg.
Real talk. Put Deuce Gruden out there, man. Put Deuce in some pads, man. He gonna smack some shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. But if we talk real talk though, I'm letting the Diablo go. I'm not now. I see some people already like, yeah, man, Bobby Wagner. Like, no, I don't want Bobby Wagner. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't. Yeah, I'm all right. I'd rather draft one, to be honest with you. I'd draft one, or Nick Bolton is out there. I fuck around with Nick Bolton now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I get Nick Bolton.
Look, I don't think Nick Bolton going nowhere. No. We'd have to throw him a lot of money. And there's another another Chief who I'd rather throw a whole bunch of money at.
I want that one. I want that one.
I'd rather if I'm gonna spend bread on the Chief. Oh, that's what I'm spending my bread on. I know. Look, P-Wayne is not the most glamorous position, but last time we spent a whole.
That shit glamorous to me. That shit is glamorous to me.
last time we spent a whole bunch of money on a motherfucker like that, hey, we started winning games.
That's a fact. Hey, guess what, bro? Guess what? The last Chief that we did take that was an O-lineman ended up being real good for us the last time we did that shit. So I think we should definitely repeat that history and do it again, bro. And if anybody don't know what we talking about, Trey Smith from Kansas City is somebody that the check just need to be blank. The motherfucker just sign his name on it and put a number on there, and we good to go. That's literally what it will be, bro. Like for me, if we get that right there, oh man, that's a dream come true. And like you said, it's not sexy, bro. But for the motherfuckers like real ball knowers, right? Real motherfuckers that watch football, or just for the simple fact you done played football and you just have an appreciation. You know how important that shit is right there, bro. We get a guard like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like that changes the dynamic and shit. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. You get a motherfucker like that. I damn near tell Parham, hey man, you gotta go ahead and get that water.
Oh no, off top. So on the reason you keep Parham is that you need a backup behind, because I'm getting rid. At that point, I'm getting rid of Andre James. I'm getting rid of Andre James. Parham, you can be my backup center and you can play backup left guard, right guard. You could be like our swing guard and backup center, right? I'm paying. Last time we paid a guard a whole bunch of money is when we got Kalicio Assembly. And what happened? We turned it to ended up having one of the best offensive lines in the league, and we started winning. So I'm paying this. I'm paying this man. Pay him. So
and even for the crowd that's like, and even for the crowd that's saying, and even Rodney Hudson as well. There you go, blood. But even for the crowd that's saying, let's get a rookie, bro. Can you imagine what that would do? Now that you have that and you got a rookie quarterback, now I feel good, right? Because even for me, and some people might think we crazy for this, but I honestly think that Meredith has a very good chance to be a starting guard next season, bro. I
like Meredith.
I fuck with Meredith, bro. He's a bigger frame. You know what I mean? I feel like he played with more power. If we can get him, you get a Trey Smith. I already like our tackles. Center is solidified for years, bro. Like we are rolling. I like the way that shit looks right there, bro. I'm not even gonna
lie. I will say this though. If we fuck around and bring Tom Cable in this bitch, right, all bets are off. All right. If we fuck around and bring Tom Cable in this motherfucker, all bets are off. Right. Ain't no telling. Look.
We can talk about defense better because we're fucking around. We got PG back. So it's like, all right, we can talk about kind of who we expect to come back, who we want to come back, and whatever the case. Offense is a toss-up for me because we don't know who the fuck the offensive coordinator is gonna be. Yeah. Enlighten me, Severe, bro. Daryl Bevel. Enlighten me. What's the deal there, bro? Should we be mad? If for our younger audience, you feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the Chili Peppers of the world and all the young G's. Enlighten us, bro. What are we getting? What the fuck is Daryl Bevel? Why are some people so angry? Why are some people not so angry? Like, what's the deal? It's pretty split.
So, if you like peanut butter sandwiches with no jelly on, like that's Daryl Bevel. Like that's what you like. You like peanut butter sandwiches with no jelly, like no milk. It's just this. It was a peanut butter, slap 2 pieces of bread together. Like that's what you're getting. You're getting the most basic of shit. Like. No, like he runs a play action scheme. He likes to run the ball. I give him that, and I'll say this: he spent some time with Mike McDaniel with the Dolphins, so maybe he's stepped up his game a little bit. But bro, like I'm not a fan of Daryl Bevel, bro. I'm not a fan of Daryl Bevel at all. We got to have somebody a little bit more creative than that.
Yeah, bro. I'm not with that. Now, your guy's on the market, right? Your guy is on the market, bro. And now, look, hey, I done seen since Slowick done got fired, bro. It's a witch hunt. Slowick is trash and he's garbage. He's basic. He run ABC type offense is what people are saying. But I mean, how would you feel? I mean, he's out there, bro. He's free.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing about Slowick is that. So first of all, Slowick, he started off as an analytics guy, right? So he understands that aspect of the game thoroughly. And I know that's something that, like the Raiders have talked about, wanting to have a hand in and wanting to be, more part of the organization. So he already has that background. Then he coached under Kyle Shanahan, right? Who has a track record of success with offensive guys that coached under him. Then he went to the Texans, had that great amount of success that first year with CJ Stroud. Now, this past year, they had a down year. A lot of that had to do with injuries, right? They lost several offensive linemen. They lost a bunch of weapons. They struggled, but their run game was on point.
Hey, now this is the thing for me, right? Of course, former running back. I'm a sucker for the. I struggled last year, bro, because we didn't have no run game. I'm like, it's very hard for me to watch when a team can't get a yard. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's simple peewee shit. I mean, like that's like that shit you teaching your son, Severe. That shit I'm gonna teach my son, bro. You can't get a yard. You feel what I'm saying? If you playing on the offensive side, I don't give a fuck what it is, bro. You got to be able to get a yard. So that shit killed me. But coming into it, right, and I do want somebody that's going to run the ball. That's what the fuck I want. And a lot of people say that Darrell Bevell is going to put that emphasis. But at the same time, I don't want no vanilla ass pass game either. Like I want shit that's going to coincide with each other, bro. That's going to play off each other. I don't want just a motherfucker that's just going to sit back there and then we sit in that boring ass pass offense. 1, 2, 3 dagger route, 1, 2, 3 level route. Like that's all the fuck we're throwing, bro. Josh McDaniels ass shit that was going on up in here. Exactly. So is there anybody else that you feel that we can pry? Because as of right now, bro, like the options seem slim. Like I don't see nothing out there.
That's where the issue is, man. The options are slim. Unless you're like, unless you identify like a quarterback's coach on the team somewhere that you like, which technically Darrell Bevell is a quarterback's coach with the Dolphins. But unless you like there's some young quarterback, like I've talked about, the quarterback's coach with the Texans, Gerard Johnson, former quarterback. I think he played quarterback at Texas A&M. I think he got some head coaching interviews last year, I want to say, last cycle. So he's a guy that, that I think the league considers an up-and-coming guy. But, unless you're poaching a quarterback's coach from somewhere, it might be difficult for you to find a guy. So that's where we're kind of going to run into some trouble. You're going to run into some trouble. Because Darrell Bevell, look, we talk about Darrell Bevell, but this mug, he ain't had success since he left Pete Carroll, right? I think the last time he was an offensive coordinator, I think he was with the Jaguars. With the Jaguars under Urban Meyer, and we kind of know how that went. So
yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Look, and we'll talk. I want to talk about this real quick because you obviously know, and from what I've seen this year, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wouldn't mind entertaining a Chip Kelly offense this year, bro. Now I know you told me before, like this type of motherfucker, like he just care about offense, nothing else, right? Like. I get that sense, right, with a lot of coaches, like low-key, like a Todd Monken type, where like you had the play call in the shorts. Motherfucker don't give a fuck about nothing else, but just calling plays, bro. I don't care about nothing else. Yep. I feel like with Chip Kelly, though, that's perfect for me because I don't need all that extra shit, bro. That's what Pete Carroll's for. That's what Pete is here to do and to facilitate all that extra shit. I just want a motherfucker that's going to do his job. So I'm fine with Chip. I mean, how would you feel if they entertained Chip Kelly?
Chip Kelly, bro, like I said, bro, Chip Kelly in terms of designing an offense and play calling, there are very few people that are better than Chip Kelly. Very few people are better than Chip Kelly. Everywhere Chip Kelly has gone, offense has been pretty good. And motherfucker had Nick Foles throwing for 7 touchdowns, bro, against us, right? Beat us the fuck, he had Nick Foles balling. Like he turned Jeremiah Masoli, when he was at Oregon, turned him into a good player. Had Marcus Mariota, led him to a Heisman, right? He turned DTR into a professional quarterback. Like everywhere he's gone, he's helped develop the quarterback, and the run game has always been good, right? He knows how to call plays. Knows how to use tempo to affect a defense. And like I said, all he wants to do, like Pete Carroll, when that type of motherfucker, he's on the toilet drawing up plays. Like that's the kind of shit he like. It's all he wants to do, right? He left his head coaching job because, like, man, look, I don't want to deal with none of this other bullshit. I don't want to deal with no media. I don't want to go out here and deal with this recruiting bullshit. I don't want to deal with this NIL bullshit, bro. All I want to do is fucking call plays. And what happened? Ohio State went from not being able to get over the hump to national motherfucking champions, right? Quinn Judkins, Travion Henderson, balling. The young kid, Smith, balling. Will Howard. Now people looking at Will Howard like we should, like, oh, man, you see that kid, Will Howard? Nobody gave a fuck about Will Howard before that. So, it was Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly
he was hooping this year, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I love the way he used both of them running backs. Like, it's like he used them at perfect times, it seems like, to change tempo, like you said. You feel what I'm saying? The way he used Jeremiah Smith on the outside, dog, the way he schemed him open sometimes, or just schematically, not even just pre-snap getting them open, right? There are times, bro, he motioned them, especially in the national championship game, where he motioned them across and then motioned them back out. And he got like a little flat route for an easy ass touchdown. I'm like, dog, that's coaching, right? Like, sometimes it is the player. You're like, all right, yeah, like, you chalk it up. But that right there is coaching, bro. And that's some shit right there. He was drawing up pretty much the whole playoff run they had. Damn near the whole season. I wouldn't mind bringing in Chip Kelly if you're telling me that, the personalities would mesh. And I feel like it would, because Pete's whole thing is, shit, I just want to compete. I just want to fuck around. You know what I mean? And I think, from what you're telling me, bro, I think Chip Kelly is of that mind frame where it's like, all right, yeah, we can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what do you think he would do? Like, what do you think he would do with a Brock Powers?
Bro, it'll be bananas, bro. Because he had, who do we have on our team? We had a tight end. Oh, boy, from he went to the Broncos. Because he had him balling. He had him like, what's my guy's name? Damn, went to the Broncos. Tight end. He was the best tight end the year he came out. Damn. I really liked him. But yeah, he was a converted wide receiver. He ain't done shit in the league. But like, we played LSU. This dude put up damn near 200 yards. Like, had him running wide the fuck open. Like, bro, like Brock will put up. You thought Brock put up numbers last year, bro. He gonna put up some crazy ass numbers. Not Noah Fant is he was drafted out of UCLA in the second round by the Broncos. I thought he was gonna be good in the league because Chip Kelly had him balling, but like, he got to the league.
That's gonna kill me too. Shout out Space Beast for the $2 holler, man. Appreciate you, big dog, or the $1.99 holler. But either way, man, we're gonna round it up to cent. He says also, hey, this is a good point. You would never have to worry about poaching Chip for head coach. Damn near. Nah, not really. Not really. I mean, some team might not, but I don't think any team will be beating his door down to fuck around and come get him as a head coach.
Bro, Chip Kelly doesn't want to be a head coach. That's what I'm saying. He quit his head coaching job to go coach offense with his friend. Like, he was like, bro, I'm cool on this head coaching thing, bro. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the NIL. I don't want to deal with the media like that. I just want to call plays. That's all I want to do, is call plays, design offenses. So he was like, good. I'm gonna go to my boy Ryan, Ryan Day. I think they coached together at like Rhode Island or something like that back in the day. Like, they was good friends. He dipped out, joined his coaching staff, and what happened? National champion. So
that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. I would entertain it, bro. Especially if you know, because a lot of people's worry is your offensive guy getting poached, especially if you get a young one. But if you get a guy like Chip Kelly, you're not really worried about that, because it's more of a simple fact. You're like, all right, bro, well, now we grow. And PG is here for the long haul. But I think where you go is like, now you got guys like Robbie Leonard in the building who are younger, rising stars, where you're like, okay, well, these dudes, we do have younger dudes in the building that we could fuck with, or we could continue with the older dudes. So it's like, I would love that if it came to shape. But staying on the offensive side, there's some guys. There's not a lot of guys on the offense that I feel like are free agents where we have to put them priority. For me, I mean, is there anybody for you?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, I can see Pete Carroll wanting to keep a guy like Amir Abdullah. I can see that. Just as a locker room presence type of guy, I can see him be like, oh man, I love what he brings to the team and that kind of deal. I can see that just as a glue guy. But I don't think there's any like guy that we're like, man, we have to bring this guy back no matter what. Like, I don't see that at all.
Not for me, man. I Cody Whitehair and Alexander. I already said, bro, like damn near everybody in the running back room feels up to me be gone. If it was me, I might bring back Amir Abdullah, but I mean that'd probably be the only dude I brought back out of everybody else, bro. Like nobody else to really bring back because nobody made an impact for me. So that'd be one. I think out of the offense does need to get upgraded, in my opinion. Now that we've brought back, PG, we can add to instead of like saying we got to overhaul. But the offensive side is what needs the overhaul for real. Like that's the side of the ball where we got to get right. And there's our wide receivers are some guys that I think we have a lot of good guys, but I think we need that one guy in the wide receiver room that's going to take this shit over the top. I think we don't have that in the receiver room if you want to get funky. I mean, what do you feel about that?
Nah, facts. I mean, I think we need that number one go-to, game changer type of dude. Now, do we get that, via the draft, or we get that via free agency? I think that's kind of where, we kind of have to make that decision. But it's also like we need a quarterback because like if we don't have somebody throwing these guys the ball effectively, like none of that really matters. So I think it's very important that we get a quarterback. I know there are varying opinions on Aiden O'Connell, but I think, most people are of the agreement that we need to upgrade at that position, right? There's still some people holding out hope like, oh, man, if you just give Aiden O'Connell 25 more games, he can show you something. But, like, most people are like, look, we need to upgrade.
Hey, bro, I started unfollowing some motherfuckers, bro, because I couldn't take it no more, bro. I can't take it. Oh, man, it's a new regime. Hopefully this new regime gives Aiden O'Connell the chance that he's so very desperately needed since he got drafted. Yeah. Bro, dog, he's had his chance. He's had it. It's over, right? Like, it's done. Get somebody in, bro. I just saw the list, bro. I'm about to pull it up on my X right now, bro. There is a list that just went out, and I saw it this morning, of the quarterbacks that we've drafted in the first round. This fucking list is pitiful, dog. It's pitiful. And what you saying is 100% right. Like, we can talk about the receiver position all we want, and we could probably even save that. But quarterback is the main thing that we got to focus on. I see some people talking about veteran options like Sam Darnold, and no, I'm not with that. I mean, where are you at on the Russ train, number one, before I even bring up this list too? Veteran quarterbacks, right? Because now we on the quarterback thing. Where are you on the Russ train? Are you on the Darnold train? Like, where do you think we should go?
Nah, see, I was on the Russ train last year when I thought we could have got him for a veteran minimum. And I thought we were in a situation where we were in a win now situation where I was like, okay, bam, all we need, we got a defense. We thought the defense was going to be locked down. We thought the offense, was going to be cool. We had Devontae, we had Brock coming in, we had Jacoby. We thought all we needed on that side of the ball was a quarterback. Now, we ain't in that same boat, right? We know this is like a true, basically a rebuild, right? So hey, we need to start with a young guy, right? It's no point in bringing in a veteran at this point because we're not really in a win now situation. I know what Pete Carroll's saying, but bro, we ain't in a win now situation. No,
hell no.
We don't got what we need to do it. So I'd rather bring in a young guy. We've seen the success that these young guys can have early if you get the right one. CJ Stroud did it. Bo Nix did it. Jaden Daniels did it. So if you get the right, Joe Burrow did it. Like, the list goes on and on. If you get the right young guy, you can have success pretty quickly. So I think we need to find the right young guy.
Look here, man. This is the list right here, bro. Look at this right here. First round, 1 through 3, Roman Gabriel, Mark Wilson, Todd Marinovich, and Jamarcus Russell. That's our first round quarterbacks, bro. That's the first round.
And that's not even count. Well, they don't count Eldridge Dickey because they moved. Eldridge Dickey we drafted in the first round in 1968. And a lot of people said he beat out Kenny Stabler in that competition that summer. But the Raiders didn't want to move him to quarterback. There's a lot of people. I've heard that before. I've heard that story. And they ended up moving him to wide receiver, and then he was out of the league in like 2 or 3 years. But
now everybody could be like, see, look, this is why you draft one in the second round. Dog, you're 50% in the second round. You're not hitting the shit. Like 50% does nothing, right? 50% fails the test. Motherfucker, like that is not good.
And not even 50%, because only one quarterback on that list has won a playoff game. So if your goal is just to like be average, I guess you can.
There we go. And that's the next thing. At least Stabler, the snake. You feel what I'm saying? The snake. He has rings. This motherfucker got accreditation.
Yeah.
Now, Derek Carr was fun to watch for a time, but if we start going off the real nitty gritty of it, we don't have a fucking playoff win from him. So it's like, we're not really 1 for 4. So that's definitely not hitting on shit. And then you go in the third round. I don't even know who the fuck them dudes are. So let's not even fucking talk about that right there. I don't even know who them people is.
Billy Joe Hobart was a wasted pick. Andrew Walter was disastrous. So
check this out, bro. This is how nasty this shit is.
Third round pick too. I don't even think they put Connor. I thought Connor Cook was a third rounder.
Nah, he a fourth.
He's a fourth.
Connor Cook a fourth. He's a fourth. Okay. I think. Correct us if we wrong, but I think he's a 4th round pick. But this is how nasty shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, 6 of these motherfuckers on this list was drafted before I was even born, dog.
That's crazy.
6. That's like, bro, this shit is ridiculous, bro. At some point, you have to shoot the shot. You can't keep fucking not getting a quarterback each year, bro. This shit does not make sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense. And that's the thing, is that, and just looking at, like, people want us to draft quarterback second round, and can it work? Right. It's worked in the past. We've seen it work in the past, but if you look at look at all the quarterbacks in the playoffs this year, right? How many of them were drafted after the first round?
It's only one.
One. One.
This is the only one, bro. And that's Jalen. And the only reason Jalen, I mean, he has a superstar team, bro. So
he has the most talented team out of everybody.
Thank you. It's different, bro.
So it's like,
unless people were telling us, right, like that's Pete Carroll's plan. He wants to do the Philly, where he wants to get everything right, and then you want to say, all right, because this, and we can talk about it at a later date and time, because this will have us here for another hour. But motherfuckers want Jalen Milroe, right? I don't see it at all. But the ceiling, that the ceiling for him is like a more athletic Jalen Hurts, right? Like that's the ceiling for me. Yeah. I don't think he can get better than that. I really don't. But if that's the case, bro, you would have to build like a squad around that motherfucker. You have to build a squad, because he can't uplift the rest of the team. It just can't happen.
Yeah.
Ain't the goal when you get a quarterback is to get a motherfucker that's going to uplift the other 10 dudes on the field? Isn't that the goal?
Exactly.
I just don't understand, bro.
Jalen Hurts is, he's benefiting greatly from the talent around him. And that's, I'm not, that's not to downplay what his contributions to the teams. I think the Eagles have done an excellent job of designing an offense that fits his skill set, right? And he's a great leader, a great teammate, tough guy. That Philly push, whatever they call that's whatever they push whatever that play in short yardage situations. That play is unstoppable. And when you get a guy that can squat 600 pounds, you can run that. You can run that thing, right? So I think you don't want to downplay his contributions, but the fact of the matter is that team, top to bottom, is the most talented team in the league, right? What the number one defense, with 2 potential number 1 wide receivers on the team, with the best running back in the league, with a solid tight end. Like, they have all of this stuff, and one of the better offensive lines in the league as well. So they have all these things already in place. So it's like, Saquon averaged the most yards before contact this year, right? So you can see that's what kind of offensive line they have. So he's benefiting greatly from what's around him. So, so if you draft a guy later on, he needs a lot of that stuff to work out for him. Like we don't have that right now.
Yeah, we don't. And shout out, we got another super chat in the building from Ruben Rush, man. Shout out, dog. Appreciate you. He says Cam Ward fits that Russell Wilson mold, but with more arm talent, in my opinion. He's the shorter, stockier build with a rocket arm. Russell is more mobile, but Cam can move around in the pocket. Now, I don't think Cam has Russell's deep ball because Russell's deep ball is one of the more prettier things I've seen. When a motherfucker throws a football, Russ has a top 3 deep ball, top 3. But as far as arm talent, and you want changing arm slots and angles and the way he can do things, I believe, Cam Ward has a little bit more. I think Cam Ward is a little bit better in the pocket, within pocket structure as well. Now outside the pocket, I mean, kind of similar a little bit, but I think Cam Ward looks to find motherfuckers out and outside, and he does a little bit more outside the pocket with his arm, I think, than Russ looks to do. I mean, at this juncture of his career, but I mean, he does fit the Russell Wilson. I believe, you get a dude like Darrell Bevel. You can fuck around and say, they like Cam Ward. Something tells me, Severe. I know you and Chris is on the other side, bro. But something tells me if we doing the Brady way, if we doing the Brady way, it's happening. And you know how I feel. That's what I want. I don't give a fuck. I think he come here, bro. We gonna instantly start turning corners. But that's just me. I mean, I know you on the other side of it, bro. I know you on the other side of it.
Yeah, I mean, I like Shador, but like I said, like if I had to pick who's my QB1, it's Cam Ward.
Right.
I've maintained that the entire time, right? I've maintained
100%.
It's like I've maintained forever that Jackson Dart was my QB3, and motherfuckers was laughing. Oh, Jackson Dart. And then now motherfuckers, we should trade Jackson Dart. Like I've been saying this shit. So
shout out Severe was the first person to tell me about Jackson Dart, and at first I bet it with skepticism. I did. I was like, I don't really know.
Everybody did, bro.
Yeah,
everybody did.
Yeah,
it was like Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
and then niggas started. And it's like they saw it, and they was like, okay, And he was a former USC guy, so I had seen him play then. I saw he like, man, this dude gets slinging. He got arm talent. He got, and he was tough, or gunslinger mentality. So I had seen him back then when he played. And then he got in the SEC and started playing better. I was like, God damn. Well, last time a guy went from the Pac-12 to the SEC and his game improved, well, that was Jaden Daniels. No, look, Jackson Dart ain't Jaden Daniels. Ain't Jaden Daniels. But when you go to a tougher conference and you actually play better, that lets me know, like, okay, damn, like you ain't gonna shy when the bright lights come on and the pressure's really on you. Like you elevate your game. So the next elevation is the pro. So I think he's only gonna get better.
100%, bro. 100%. And hey, look, everybody know where we at on this channel, dog. We rocking the jerseys. We get that shit around here, bro. Like you've been on Cam Ward. I think me and Leo, we've been on the same Shador camp the whole time. I think we definitely ain't wavered. There's been some people, bro, that's been wavering. I see it, but I still maintain the fact that I think that Shador will be the better quarterback coming in. And I think long term, I think now if Cam Ward develops the processing, right, and all that extra shit as far as like what Shador has fundamentally already coming in, and Cam Ward starts to, he's gonna be a fucking problem. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like he's going to be a fucking issue. I just hope he don't go to a organization that has him doing too much too soon. That's me. Because I don't know if he's going to be like Jaden. I think he can be good, but I think there's some things that he needs to refine a little bit in the game. But now we on the Jackson Dart. Now look, I see some people talking about Jackson Dart. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. After this Senior Bowl, he's probably QB3. He's probably QB3. Be honest, like there is no debate, dog. Like after watching the Senior Bowl, now I seen Milroe do some things, bro, today that was pretty good. But I don't know if you got a chance to watch the Senior Bowl, but like over the course of the days, you can see the confidence growing. Like like when you get into that all-star game or whatever the case, whatever sport, but you get in football, like motherfuckers start separating themselves during out, like if it's a week long of practice or whatever, like it's just. I don't know how to explain it, but just like the alpha motherfuckers start separating themselves. Either it's like the confidence. You feel with Jackson, you can kind of see it. You feel what I'm saying? Where I'm like, okay, there goes
Yeah, I feel you. I think we lost rundown, but yeah, like he's like, but in those situations, like I said, kind of like him going from the Pac-12 to the SEC, right? The cream rises to the top. So the guys that are the better guys, eventually they're gonna start separating themselves. If you give them enough opportunities, they're gonna show who's the better player in those situations. And I think Jackson Dart did that. He did it at Ole Miss. Man, dude put up video game numbers. With not a whole lot of talent. But he still put up crazy numbers. I see somebody asking, what does Dart excel at? Chili Pepper. First of all, he has a very good arm, right? Very good arm. I think he's a guy that can deliver the ball accurately. He has a nice deep ball, nice touch on his deep ball. He has the ability to throw off platform. He has the ability to throw from different arm slots as well. So he's a guy like, hey, some guys, like perfect example is Will Levis, right? It's a guy super stiff in his upper body. Jackson Dart is not like that. Jackson Dart is the guy that if you need him, hey, to lean, throw a sidearm, or if he needs to throw across his body, he can make all those throws from different arm slots and not really lose velocity on that. So that's one of the things that like he can do that a lot of these quarterbacks really can't do. And he has confidence to deliver the ball in the tight windows. He has supreme confidence in his arm. So he's a guy, like I said, he's been QB3 a while for me. He's also, he's mobile. He's not a guy that's a run first guy, but he's mobile. But he's always looking to throw the ball downfield. And another thing is that he's thrown the ball a whole lot. So he has a lot of time on task in terms of throwing the ball, similar to Cam Ward, where hey, basically the team is living and dying off their ability to throw the ball. So if he has a bad game, they losing. Similar to Cam Ward.
It is a wrap. If he has a bad game, Ole Miss is done.
Guy that's I think he's good. And no Dre for show. Hell no, we're not taking him at 6. Second round at the earliest, but I'm of the belief, and me and Ryan, I told this rundown earlier. I'm taking a quarterback every single year until I see a guy, whether it's the second round, third, fourth, fifth, whatever round. I'm taking one every single year until we have a guy that is our guy.
Yep, that's how it got to go. And don't blame. It's not the Wi-Fi this time, y'all. All right, I got a call, so my shit fucked up. The rundown fan be fucking with me, man. These motherfuckers ain't shit sometimes. But I will say, Dart comparisons to Derek Carr. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know about the Derek Carr comparisons. Now what I will say, I agree. He does know how to change his arm slots. He does know how to change his arm angles. I know, he's had a lot of time on task as well. The one thing that was kind of weary today, but it was with all the quarterbacks. You could tell these motherfuckers don't really. You could tell they ain't took no snaps under center. They keep fumbling the fucking snap under center, but that's like pretty much all of them. But when he got comfortable over the Senior Bowl, he was throwing some dots. He was throwing some fucking darts.
Is it? But to address just another DJ, the problem with Derek Carr has never been talent.
No, it's never been talent.
Derek Carr has, bro. Remember, what's my man's name? The guy that used to play for the Packers. That works for the Raiders broadcast now.
James Jones.
James Jones, right? James Jones used to call Derek Carr baby A-Rod. Yeah. It's never been about talent with Derek Carr. It's always been about what's between the ears, right?
That's a fact.
His emotional maturity. Like he his clutch, like Derek Carr, just like when the lights turn bright and shit really matters, that's when Derek Carr start coming up small. So and he's a guy that hey, if you start like not Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa said it best. Like all you gotta do is hit Derek Carr a few times, bro. He gonna fold up.
See, and that's what you don't want to hear.
Fold right up. And Jackson Dart, outside of Shedeur, that's where I say this about Shedeur. Shedeur is the toughest QB in his draft. Jackson Dart is number 2. Jackson Dart is the second toughest quarterback in the draft.
Agree. And look, that's what gets me like mad. And we're gonna go back on the Dart situation. To finish up on Dart, he's tough as shit. I've seen some runs he's taken. I've seen certain things he's done during games or hits he's taken as well, where I'm like, God damn, like I don't know how you gonna get up off that. But you know, he come back, he throw a strike. You know, he do what he got to do, or he'll run again. You feel what I'm saying? So that is a perfect difference between that Derek Carr shit, because that mentality is definitely there with Jackson Dart. And I'm glad you said about Shedeur too, bro, because there's some people that be talking, oh, he's soft. This motherfucker, oh, you don't do, bro. I think, to me, he's the toughest quarterback in the class. To be honest with you, like, I've seen this motherfucker, I've seen Shedeur take nasty hits, like dirty hits, and still be able to get on up and throw the football the next play. So it's like, I don't worry about none of that other bullshit. Like, if we gonna like keep it strictly football, bro, we can keep it strictly football. Like, Shedeur definitely got things he got to work on, though. I'm not gonna say he don't. He definitely got to get the ball out faster in certain, because he's not athletic, so he's got to be able to get the ball out faster than what he does. I definitely think that has to happen.
Facts. That's one. I mean, that's the same thing they say about same thing they say about Shedeur as well. I've heard that complaint about Cam Ward as well, right? Just guys holding the ball too long. Like, that's something in the pros you're not gonna be able to do. But
Yeah,
I think he's a guy that, I think eventually you learn to speed up. You should learn to speed up your clock. That's what separated Jaden Daniels, right? Like, people talk about Jaden Daniels. What he started doing it at LSU, was that they had the virtual reality thing. I think he was using it at like 1.75 speed, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what helped progress his game. And when the Washington Commanders heard that's what he was doing, what did they do? They invested a whole bunch of money into that same technology, and we see the kind of, we see the results. So, maybe that's something like other teams, other franchises need to start looking at. But like I said, I think in the pros, like the guy went from he was able to adjust from the speed in the Pac-12 to the speed in SEC, and I think eventually he'll adjust from the speed in SEC to the speed in NFL.
Yeah, I think Jackson Dart is QB3 firmly for me. People are gonna like. Now, I don't want to say like firmly, because the rankings, let's just say the rankings are subject to change. But with the quarterbacks, it's like, it's kind of hard to say all that, because we already got 1 and 2. Respectively, if you already got Cam or Shedeur, it is what it is. Like, you already know what time it is. 3, to me, I think it's he separated himself a little bit with Jackson. 4, people are going to be surprised, bro, when I say this. I think I would take Will Howard before I took Jalen Milroe. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, maybe.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I know people might be like, oh, why would you say that? Will Howard is 6'4". He's 240. You feel what I'm saying? Now, he don't run like Jalen Milroe at all. No doubt in my mind. He don't run like Jalen Milroe at all, but he can run. And I know that the throwing ability is at least better than what I'm getting from Milroe at this point coming into their careers. I feel like Will Howard is a little bit better in the passing game aspect than Milroe would be. I feel like it's less work that I would have to climb, because they both projects. It don't matter however the fuck you slice it, but I feel like it's less of a hurdle to get Will Howard to a point than I'm gonna have to get Jalen Milroe to a point. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna have to be gargantuan work that I'm gonna have to do with Jalen Milroe.
Facts.
And Will Howard won Big 12 Player of the Year before he went to Ohio State, so it's not like this motherfucker some scrub that you know what I mean? Like, he was balling to a degree before he went to Ohio State. And did what he just did.
Yeah, man. Like, the thing about Jalen Milroe is that there's a lot of projection involved with Jalen Milroe, because you see raw physical talent there. You see You see a guy with a great work ethic, right? Great attitude. Everybody says he's a good leader. All the intangibles, and you're like, man, a guy with this amount of physical talent, with this work ethic, with these intangibles, how can he not be good? But we've seen that time and time again happen, right? We've seen guys have all that stuff and not be good. So it's one of those things where it's too much projection involved for my liking, right? Too much projection involved for my liking. I'd rather go with a guy that's a little bit closer to his potential than a guy you have to get all the way there, right? He's not like I said, I think he's a lot more emotionally mature than Anthony Richardson, but I think Anthony Richardson also has more physical talent too. So it's like, he's also a bigger frame guy as well. So and we kind of see what happened with Anthony Richardson the past 2 years too. Like,
and this is the thing, bro. Like, and I didn't even cut you off, but you saying that, right? Like, Anthony Richardson had 13 starts. So we had the mysteriousness of like, oh, there's 13 starts. Like, we don't even really fucking fully know. This motherfucker's been there for 3 years. So it's not like we don't know. We have tape. There's tape out there, bro. So it's not like we haven't seen the shit.
True. Yeah.
So
that's fact.
And then people talk, oh, he lost Nick Saban. Bro, he lost Nick Saban and got he's not a better coach, but a more offensive prowess coach in Kalen DeBoer. So you would say, oh, this is your opportunity to show, oh, you can throw the ball now. You feel what I'm saying? Because Nick Saban ain't going to have you doing all that. He ain't going to have you throwing the ball out unless he really, really think you can do it. Unless you Bryce Young or some other shit. Then he really not going to do that. So he didn't show what he was supposed to show, bro. To me, and people going to get mad. At this point where I'm at, I trade a late round pick for Joe Milton before I drafted Jalen Milroe.
Facts.
I do it immediately, bro, because I've seen Joe Milton against NFL competition. He done been in the NFL a year. So, and I could probably get this motherfucker for a 5th round pick. Damn near. What's the difference? Y'all tell me. What would be the difference between Joe Milton and Jalen Milroe right now?
Yeah, not much, man. Not much, to be honest.
Zero. It's the same work. We got to do the same fucking work. At least I done seen Joe Milton put foot to ass in that last NFL game he played. You feel what I'm saying? I saw that. And that made me, I would have been like, yep. If I watched that one game of Joe Milton that he played, I'd take that before whatever the fuck I'm trying to make sense of in Jalen Milroe's film.
Exactly. No.
So it's
trying to decipher whatever the fuck Milroe.
Yeah, bro, we trying to fucking decipher the fucking Da Vinci Code in the film, and the shit says he's just not that good. I mean, like that's just what the film tells us, bro.
Yeah, nah, facts. And he had a chance to go out there, during this week, right? Him and Dylan Gabriel are were the most heralded guys at the Senior Bowl, and this is your opportunity to separate yourself. And you didn't do it. Like Michael Penix went out there and he showed I'm the best quarterback here. I'm the best quarterback here. That's what he did. It was different. Yeah, and we haven't seen that out of Milroe or Gabriel.
Nah, Gabriel's been status quo, right? Like he's doing what you expect him to do, which is good and bad at the same time. Where it's like, you know what you're getting now. I kind of know what I'm getting from Dylan Gabriel. He's steady. Like if he got to come in and he got to play, like I'm not gonna be too worried if he's got to be in for like a couple games. But I wouldn't expect him to be great. And if he does reach a ceiling, I think he reaches a Tua level ceiling, which is it's whatever. Milroe, bro, I've watched every throw, bro. It's not there, dog. It's not fucking there, bro. It's like I can run a fucking 10-yard, 5-yard route, and he's still throwing that shit 75 miles an hour. Why, bro? Like, take the shit off, take the heat off the ball. You don't need. Now, this is what baffles me, though, bro. Yeah, his deep ball is perfect. Like, it's perfect. Yeah. Like when he throws the shit deep, bro, it's got the right touch. The shit got the right velocity. It gets there, bro. I don't understand what the difference is between his fucking deep balls and his goddamn short and intermediate, bro. Like it's such a drop off. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like having touch, right? It's like it's just really just having that touch. It's like being a NBA player. And you can shoot the three, but you ain't got no mid-range game. It's just like that. It's just that touch. It's that touch, bro. And that's basically what it is, man. It's like some people have it and some people don't, man. Some people it comes natural to them. Some people can work their whole lives and it never comes to them. So, if maybe, and he's probably never really been asked to play that style of football.
Facts. I'll do that right now, Sean. Right now.
Oh, bro, I'll do that in a second.
Come on now. Like that's easy work. That now we talking. You feel what I'm saying? Because we need people that we can see under center that they might have something. Maybe we can roll the dice on something. I just want somebody in the goddamn building where I'm like, maybe this motherfucker can hit. Maybe. Yeah. There's nobody in the building right now in the quarterback position where you're like, oh man, we might have something. Maybe. Yeah. I don't have no goddamn hope for none of that right now.
Look, and Aiden would fit perfect up there, bro. He's a guy that's gonna be a good locker room guy. He's gonna be a good good in the meetings, man. He's gonna be a leader. You need him to come in and win a few games. You've seen him. Hey, I can come in. I can win you a game or two. You know, in these spot situations. Now, if you ask me to be a 17 game starter, that's not your forte. That's not what your skill set provides. But if you need to come in, hey, you hurt, you're down a game or two. I need to come in and I've shown I can do that before. So you know, I think that's a good situation for him, man. I think that's a real good situation for him.
Yeah, and not even so, bro. Like another trade I would do. I've heard it. I don't know if it's true or not, bro. I have no idea. But before anything, if Matt Stafford is available, man, immediately, immediately, I'm doing that. He's only 36 too. I didn't know he was only 36.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! And you only got to tell him and the wife, bro. You only got to move a couple hours away, dog. You ain't got to do that much. Just go ahead and come over here, man. And Pete, I think would work perfect with a dude like Matt.
Oh, perfect. And then you got to think about it like this, right? Where did Matt Stafford go to school?
Oh,
Georgia, right? He get to unite with his Georgia a fellow Bulldog, Brock Bowers, bro.
That right there, man. That's what I want. Fuck Russell Wilson and all that other shit, bro. I understand he's free, but if I get a veteran and I got to do it, I want Matt. I want Matt Stafford if I can, bro.
Now Russell Wilson ain't fucking with Matt Stafford, bro. Like last year on a veteran minimum, hey, I was all good for that. But this year you're gonna have to pay him a little bit more. I'm good. I'm cool.
Yeah, and I understand that because you saved the bread, right? But it's like now if you talking about shit, I gotta actually pay. Like I gotta actually pay you. You goddamn right, I'm gonna pay Matt Stafford before I paid you. Like this is just simple and plain, bro. Matt. He showed some shit this year. Everybody's talking about he was old and all that other shit. I didn't believe that shit for 1 second. Let me see, man. Wilson or Stafford would be our best QB in decades. I'm all for it.
Yeah, they both would be. Probably the best.
That's a shame.
Wilson right now ain't as good as Derek Carr was, like 2016 Derek Carr. Wilson taking a step back, but he still, Derek Carr, the second best quarterback we've had, since or the best quarterback we've had since Gannon. So, like Wilson is still an upgrade over anything we've had for quite some time.
Don't tell yourself that, M85. If you trade for Matt, that only strengthens my thought process of saying you should fucking draft one. Strengthens it. Why? Because now you can get this motherfucker and say, well, now you go ahead and sit on. If for posterity, you get Jackson Dart. Sit on down, bro. Chill out for a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? And let Matt do this. So before we get on out of here, bro, I know it's already been an hour 40 minutes we've been on this motherfucker. I didn't even see that. Before we get on out of here, man, we looking at one last thing. Let's see. Let's look at this. What the hell did I have right here? Damn, I had it right here, man. Stafford would be a win now. Oh yeah, that's true. Of course, Stafford be a win now.
And I've talked about this before, but the Rams, they really don't have another plan at quarterback. I think their backup is Jimmy G, and he's a free agent. So unless they rolling with Stetson Bennett, which I doubt, that it's going to take a whole lot to get them up off of Matt Stafford. They'd have to have a backup plan.
Yeah, they have to have a major one. But seeing as though I can't remember my last topic, let's go ahead. Let's get ready to wrap it on up around here, man. And go ahead and let the people know what you got going on as far as, throughout the week or whatever shows you and Pharaoh got planned on. I know y'all got something cooking up.
Yeah, man. Y'all already know what it is. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, IG, X, Snapchat, TikTok, all that good stuff. I'll be rocking every Tuesday afternoon. My guy, Real Talk, 805, and with Chris Protect the Shield. That's every Tuesday afternoon, usually around 4:30ish. Tuesday night, 50-50 show. My guy Pharaoh, and then Around the Shield. Usually that drops Friday nights. Me, Pharaoh, and we're doing a little bit something different. We're gonna have a guest every single week, so we can bring on different content creators, different people in the Raiders media, different people, different trying to get some players as well. So that's gonna be every Friday night. So y'all check your boy out. Make sure y'all hit that like button for my guy Rundown. Go over to my channel and subscribe and hit them notification bells on both channels.
100%, man. Make sure you guys are tapping all them buttons. You already know what time it is, man. Hit on all that. You know what I say. If you're feeling what you're hearing, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, man, so you don't miss none of this dope content that we do have dropping. We're going to figure out whatever live we got going on throughout the week. I told you it's the off season, man, so just keep your notifications on, man. We do it random around here in the Rundown, man. But of course, we appreciate our guy Severe for hopping on the show, bro. First time, but we shut it down today, man. That was some good football talk right there, man.
No, facts.
As it always, but of course, we're gonna get you back on. We're gonna do some more things. We got the draft shit that we got to do a little later too, with the cornerbacks and all that. So we still got some more shit that we got to do. So make sure you guys tap on the buzz. You know what we say here, man. We keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground on the Raider Rundown, man. Y'all be safe, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Yep. Peace.
I need a bad bitch with an accent, serving in peace, still taxing. Just got tapped for the young cash app, moonwalking like a young Mike Jackson. Yeah, shots to the head, ride clean and still fuck feds. Realest nigga and it's on my kids, so who the fuck gon' wanna test me, bitch?